more of that playoff style physicality and just, pure defensive battle like you would normally see in May, but in January.
Yeah, I think we were pretty complacent in the first two games of the year. We were just kind of happy being, on a guy instead of playing our team first defense. That's why we've been so successful. All five guys are able to kind of do it all, but we weren't playing that way. So I think, as cliche as it is, I think we just simplified it. We stopped thinking too much, and we just kind of got back to some basics and kind of a blue collar, hard work mentality. And I think you saw how many guys were blocking shots and
right.
Getting in the way. And, I think that's what kind of, helped us get over that hump. And, it's a little contagious, and, the offense builds off that. So that's kind of what we wanted to do, and do it right from the beginning.
Now, as far as the offense goes, it's pretty much the same crew as last year. There's you obviously have Jordan Hall into the mix instead of Johnny Palace, but what could account for just the difference we're seeing so far in the offense not clicking like it was last year?
Well, I've always just kind of worried about the defense. So I don't look into the offense much, but I'm not worried about them. I think they're, all six guys up there are world-class players. And you've got, Cody and Dan, and now you've got Jordan Hall. And, those guys, it takes a little while just to build that chemistry. They've had a few months off and, playing with different players. And I think that takes a little bit longer, than a defensive system.
Right.
So I think it's going to make, it could take a few games for them to really, build that chemistry and get playing with each other. But I'm not worried about them at all, and I know they're going to start clicking at the right time, and they'll get it done.
And historically, the Knighthawks do have kind of a tendency and it's maddening for fans, and I'm sure for the media as well, to start very slowly and then just suddenly pick it up and kind of just really get the ball rolling. So, being 1-2, it's probably not that concerning. Oh, how do you guys feel about it?
Well, you look at it, you don't want to be 1-2, and I don't think anybody's happy where we are. We understand that it is a long season. There's a lot long to go. There's going to be some ups and downs along the way. I think it was maybe a good time to have that early wake-up call instead of halfway through the season when we start,
right.
Maybe not jump. So I think it came at a good time where we can address those issues right away and then have a few months to build on it. We're not happy. We weren't happy, and that's where we, those 2 weeks off, were able to sit down and really take a look at what we're doing individually and how that can help the team. So, I think, we took a step in the right direction. I don't think we're quite there yet, but it's where we want to go. So it's the right move so far.
I just want to ask you, I know you probably don't want to really think about that New England game because it wasn't very pretty, but how was the Mohegan Sun Casino there? How was the atmosphere down there?
It was a great crowd. I think it was tough. I think the Pats played the same day, so it wasn't as big as day one.
It was the same day. Yeah.
But for the most part, is great atmosphere. The crowd was into it. It was a great floor, great arena to play in. So, it could be a little distracting with the casino in the back of your mind.
Could that explain the 10-goal loss?
Oh, I don't know if that. I don't think the casino has really to do it, but it's. I'm glad we've been there once. We
got it out of your system.
Got it out of our system. I know we're back there in 3 weeks to play it again on a Sunday afternoon.
Right.
So, we'll be looking forward to get back there and maybe trying to play a little bit better.
And they seem like it was a very physical game.
How was that squad compared to what people thought it would be?
Yeah, they're a big team.
Yeah,
they've all even from Philadelphia in years past, these big Americans who are extremely athletic, great one-on-one defenders, and now this year they've kind of put together that kind of team defense and kind of limiting the shots where they're going. So I think that's kind of what you saw when we played them in week 2. But once again, we kind of know what they're bringing to the table, and we can make those adjustments when we play them next time.
So big game coming up this weekend. Of course, the arch rival Buffalo Bandits coming to town. Do you guys? I mean, I know the fans always look forward to when Buffalo comes to town. Do you guys also look forward to it?
Absolutely. Like you said last week, it was kind of that end of May playoff mentality. I think anytime you play the Bandits, it's that intensity. That everybody steps their game up a little bit more. We don't like each other, and it's evident on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a heck of a battle this Saturday.
Now, as a defensive guy, do you like? It seemed like the referees really kind of let you guys play, which is somewhat odd for an early season game. Usually, like we said, you see that in May. Do you like that better?
I do. I do just like being able to go out there and, when we're getting tons of penalties, it kind of messes with the game flow a little bit. And you've got some guys who are just sitting on the bench when they're special teams. It just throws a curveball to everybody. So I kind of like last weekend. Let us play, call both sides the same way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody was crossing the line by no means on either team. Just let us play and we'll take care of business there.
And one thing I think you guys don't have to worry about this year is toughness. At least it seems like so far. I mean, there's some big guys that have been. I mean, I know some guys are throwing punches down in Connecticut, and no real need to this past weekend. But I think you guys are probably pretty set in that department, right?
Yeah, I think we're set. If anything needs to happen, we've got Paulie, Doss out there, and you've seen Soupy Campbell's, stepped in, and guys will step up if need be. But I think we'll address it if it needs to be addressed. But if not, we're just going to keep playing our game. It's better to have those guys on the floor than sitting in the box.
Well, we're hoping for a big crowd this weekend against Buffalo. It usually is. Is it? How is it from a player standpoint? Like in Buffalo, they'll get 19,000 people against Rochester, and it's all Bandits fans. In Rochester, it's 9,000 people in the arena, and it's like half and half. It's half orange,
sometimes
half
it's
teal.
more orange.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it. Our fans are louder anyways. It doesn't matter who we have, if it's half and half or more.
It is true, though.
We're going to be louder. We're going to be more intense. They can bring everybody they want down, but I think our fans get up for this game as well.
Absolutely.
With the rivalries in the crowd. So it'll be exciting to play in front of a big crowd and a nice loud crowd and feed off them.
All right. Well, we're all looking forward to it this Saturday at the Blue Cross Arena, 7:30. Face off the Bandits and the Knighthawks. Always a great game to look forward to.
Definitely
Mike, thank you so much for checking in with us again. Good luck this weekend.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later on.
Yep.
Have a good night.
That was Mike Kirk of the Rochester Knighthawks. Yeah, I wish that either we should have more fans go to Buffalo for the games there, or just have more actually show up at the Blue Cross Arena
I think more should
can
actually
drown
show
out
up.
the Buffalo fans.
I got a question though,
Yes.
real quick. Is I've been to Buffalo, obviously, watch the hockey games and whatnot. Are the arenas the same length?
Yeah.
The ice itself?
No, well, it's close.
Yeah.
I mean,
So Buffalo's bigger, right?
by 3 feet.
That's it?
Yeah.
It just looks so much bigger.
Yeah,
like when
because when you
the
have
way
an
it's
expansive
shaped,
arena, it's like
because I've been to a Bandits
it's an
game
illusion,
there,
yeah.
and playing on the in the Lancer Stadium there.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like it would be so much bigger.
No, the Blue Cross Arena has always been 3 feet short, and I think it's because when they built it, I don't know, back in the 50s,
Yeah,
they
whenever.
just didn't measure it very well or something. I don't know.
Probably didn't really care that much.
Or
back
they
then.
just couldn't find a good tape measure from.
Right. They were broken. They said they just used a piece of string and
Right.
some duct tape or
But-
whatnot.
Yeah, no one really knows why, but it's always been 3 feet short. But yeah, the NHL standard, which is also the arena soccer standard, and indoor lacrosse is 200 by 85. So
Yeah, I wasn't sure. It just seems so much smaller, but I mean, it is probably the stadium itself
Oh,
that
yeah,
makes it look that way.
and
but-
it's one of those things where when you go and the Buffalo fans they absolutely love it when they come here and they're like, oh, look at all the orange, and it's just nice to shove it in their face. It's like, no, we can.
honestly, as a Nighthawks fan, there's nothing sweeter than beating Buffalo.
No, there's not.
I
There
mean,
really
it's
isn't.
better than beating Toronto.
It is.
It's beating Toronto's great too.
It is, but no, beating Buffalo, like even if like you have a losing season, it's like, we beat you. That's almost better than a championship because you didn't beat us.
We do have a winner in Lancers Trivia. Juan Pablo, number 15.
Congratulations, Juan.
No, that's who the person was. But Juan, that's good job, Juan.
Congratulations, Kim.
No, yes. The person won was Kim.
Kim?
Not Juan.
Well, it was Kim Weeder, I take it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Whose sister won last.
I know. So I'm debating whether
No, that's good. That's a
they're
win.
going
That's
to get
good.
a
Come on.
pizza.
Yeah, that's
no,
a win.
I think she also may have had a pizza before.
No, she hasn't.
No,
She hasn't?
No, I know for a fact.
Okay.
Don't take
So it's
people's
legit?
pizza.
Yeah, it's
All
legit.
right. Okay, Kim, congratulations. Email me your address and
On
I'll
this
send you out that
cold
pizza.
day,
The only reason
Take away their
I'm not going
pizza?
to lie.
I won't take away the pizza.
I did not give away the answer. The only reason why I know that, I know Kim, I know Leslie, I've known them for
You
years.
did know.
And no. Well, she texted me. She goes, "Is it okay if I write the answer since my sister won? If I
Okay,
said the answer since my sister won last week,
This is just a big scam, isn't it?
it's a scam."
It's a scandal. It's like the Deflategate.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. It's every other. All I've been talking about with every person I know that
The
watches
footballs
sports,
are deflated.
I mean, real quick, they cheated.
They
And
do.
they
Bill
should not be in the
Belichick
Super Bowl.
always cheats.
They should not be in the Super
Just
Bowl.
what he does.
But I don't want to talk about it because this is a local sports show and everyone else is talking about it. Anyways, real quick, Leroy Discount Liquor, John.
Leroy Discount Liquor. All right, well,
I know you
It's
don't have
cold.
your read in front of you.
I don't need it. It's cold, and the weather is
It
a little.
is cold.
The weather is, I guess, a little bad, but there's nothing wrong with warming up and going down the Leroy Discount Liquor safely. Drive safely, of course. And I think they're supposed to get a little more snow than we are. They have a great selection, $15 and under, excellent $5.99 rack. I've tried it myself. It's about time for me to go back and get some myself. So
Yes,
maybe,
it is.
Maybe I'll see you
Why
there.
don't you bring one on the show again?
I think I'm gonna do that
next week.
So yeah, go visit our friend Johnny. And said be safe and please do not drink and drive.
And we have to thank our friends over at the Rochester Lancers. Their next home game will be on Valentine's Day, or
how sweet is
according to Soccer Sam, Valentine's Day.
Day.
I don't know if you noticed that, Mark.
I did not notice that.
He says Valentine's Day instead of Valentine's Day. I don't know why.
Maybe it's a time
He said it,
for Valentine's.
I think 8 times in a row, so
I did not notice
wasn't
it.
an aberration. So anyways, Valentine's Day, February 14th, the Lancers will be home again against the Harrisburg Heat, and our friends over at the Rochester RazorSharks will be home again on February 16th. That is President's Day against the Lynchburg Titans. Let's go back to the Lancers. You guys, how many? You took like 5 buses to get to Baltimore?
Yeah, it was. We took one to get there, but it was we had to take 3 different ones to get back.
Oh, jeez.
Because 2 of them broke down?
One broke down, but we had to. One of them came and bailed us out. That was from Baltimore, so they took us to Harrisburg, where one from Rochester met us and brought us back the rest of the way.
Why don't you guys just drive again from now on?
I don't know. We might
It's
as well.
easier to ride.
We should have just hitchhiked. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get home faster.
So after traveling all night from Baltimore after that tough loss, you guys come in at 5 in the morning, have a 4 o'clock game against Syracuse, coming out with the big victory, 10-8. The winning goal scored by Joey Tavernisi, who had a natural hat trick.
Yeah,
Cool.
Joey's been due. He's had a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities. Some he's been robbed by the goalie. Some it just didn't finish his chances. But I think he's coming around too as well. He's obviously he's getting his chances. He's a very good player, and if he keeps stepping up big like he is, you'll see a lot more goals and a lot more victories.
Awesome.
He's huge. We had him on the show. Great guy too. Just like a really
He's
humble
an awesome guy. I've known him obviously for a few years now. He's a great kid, man. And he's playing his heart out there. I mean, if you know him real well, he's a small guy. He's not huge, but when he's in the corners battling with some of the big guys, he battles just like he's big.
Good crowd too. 7,105.
More than the
announced.
Knighthawks crowd.
It's definitely we had a great crowd.
I don't know about that, but it was a good crowd.
We had a great crowd. The only thing every time we play Syracuse, we seem to get the RIT band there.
Yes, that's because they gotta somehow drown out the Salt City supporters.
I'm okay with that, but they shouldn't be wearing orange.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's a good point.
Yeah,
You should
you
tell
know,